Hare Krishna. To all the participants who have joined with us for the today's podcast to yet another exciting topic on Hare Krishna TV YouTube channel. Well, I'm Yograj representing Bhaktivedanta Hospital and Research Institute, which is a 300-bedded multi-speciality tertiary care NABH accredited hospital which is located in Mumbai Mira Road. We integrate modern medical knowledge with holistic approach to promote overall well-being. Our experts emphasize the importance as a cornerstone as preventive healthcare. This podcast is initiative under a flagship program titled ISKCON Devotees Healthcare Services. This program was launched initially in the year 2023 at ILS Mayapur. Under this program, globally, more than 10,000 devotees we have served so far. Today, we will be discussing on relationship reboot, where to explore some of the simple yet powerful ways to refresh, heal, and strengthen our connections. In this episode, we will also discuss how to reset, realign, and revive our bonds with more awareness and compassion. We are delighted to have with us Mr. Manish Pacher, His Grace Madhavendra Puridas, a seasoned clinical psychologist gaining 18 plus years of experience and is associated with Bhaktivedanta Hospital and Research Institute. Today, he will be sharing us the profound knowledge on relationship reboot, offering valuable insights to help us nurture and strengthen our bonds. So let's begin our talk. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So, sir, starting with the podcast, can you tell us a bit about your journey as a psychologist and what drew you towards helping people with their relationships?
Thank you, Yograj. I'm very honored to be here, first of all. And this is a very, this question takes me back to my very early youthhood. And I remember I was staying in, I was born and brought up in Bandra,
Mhm.
which is one of the hub in Mumbai.
Yeah.
And I had a friend who was staying in a high rise building, very rich. And we would meet every evening and go for walks like that.
Mhm.
And he was a very good pal. One day in the evening, I met him and I saw him. He's like very morose and very down. So I was just started asking him like, "What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Why are you looking so sad?"
Mhm.
And then he couldn't contain. He started crying, and I was shocked. I was like, "I've never seen him crying like this." So there was a Sai Baba temple close to our house.
Mhm.
There was a tree over there, and we went and we sat under that tree.
Right.
And I was talking to him that, "What's wrong? Why are you crying so much?"
Mhm.
And he opened up and he said that in my house, my father is having severe fights with my mother.
Okay.
They are having verbal fights, they're having physical fights, and it's going beyond limits. And this has been happening for some
Mhm.
time, but now it is too much, and I can't take it. And he was crying. And I was shaken aback at that time. I was very young, and he was the way he was crying. I was not a counselor, I didn't know any skills. So I was all I could do is like I was just a young boy in school. So I just put my hand on his back
Mhm.
and I was trying to give him solace.
Right.
That is the time I started actually thinking that um, people may, families may seem to be very happy,
Mhm.
because whenever I used to go to his house, I used to see there is so much of opulence, nice car, big house, everything. But it's not necessary that what you see is true.
Right.
And I it took me to thinking to this point that I should do something for helping my friend,
Mhm.
basically.
Mhm.
That's how I started. And then gradually I was fortunate to find mentors who were trained in this skill, and traveling with them all over India
Mhm.
for almost a decade, I was able to get answers to my own personal questions which I had when I had seen families. I mean, in my own family also,
Right.
a lot of things which I had seen.
Hmm.
I was staying in with my grandmother, and at a very young age, I'm a Mallu. I'm supposed to be speaking Malayali, but I don't. मी मराठीत बोलू शकतो. I can speak Marathi, but I can't speak Malayali.
Yeah.
So it's a little embarrassing for me when people ask me,
Hmm.
"Oh, you're from South India, you're Malayali,"
Hmm.
and they start speaking in Malayali. I say I can't speak.
Yeah.
So the reason is because I was staying with my grandparents, but
Hmm.
because there was disharmony in the family, we had to shift. I was very young at that time. If I would have stayed with my grandparents, I would have learned Malayali. I would have learned a lot of other things. And so I thought that there is a need which I could contribute,
Hmm.
especially in this, because it related to me.
Hmm.
And I got to learn under some very qualified and wonderful teachers to whom I'm very grateful. And yeah, that's how I started my journey.
Okay, that's really
Yeah.
nice. Thank you for sharing that your journey. So, the today's seminar, the topic we have chosen is relationship reboot. What do you mean by reboot in family?
Yeah. That's a very important point, because when this word reboot comes,
Yeah.
basically a technical term,
Hmm.
which means that you're restarting. And before you restart, you take a pause,
Hmm.
and after you pause, you restart. So you're doing something which is things are not working, things are stuck up, so you restart.
Yeah.
When our computer gets, it's not things that it's getting hung up, so we restart so that it can start working properly.
Mhm.
Similarly, in the families, many times things get stuck up. you know there are a lot of issues that happen, whether it is with the children, whether it is with your spouse, whether it is with your relatives,
Hmm.
whether it is even with your friends and family friends.
Right.
So we need to, what I am trying to promote is, I would like to give an example. It will make things more clear. uh, I used to do a lot of youth programs. This is very interesting for me,
Hmm.
because one time I would give topics to the instead of just giving a lecture,
Mhm.
I would tell the boys that I'll give you some drama, and I'll give you a topic for a drama, and you perform on that drama, and that's how you learn.
Hmm.
So because they get bored sitting and hearing a class.
Right.
So the topic I gave them was,
Hmm.
how were families in previous times,
Mhm.
how were they in the middle time, and how are they now?
Sure.
And it was quite surprising for me to see how these young boys performed. They showed, um, they showed a couple,
Mhm.
and they also showed a father and son relationship. So in previous times, they were showing that the husband comes home. So one
Mhm.
boy was acting as the wife,
Right. Yeah.
and one was the husband.
Hmm.
And the husband comes home after office,
Mhm.
and the wife is standing and waiting at the door for the husband, just looking at when is he going to come.
Mhm.
And then he comes home and she takes his bag, and then he goes and sits,
Huh.
and she removes his socks.
Hmm.
She brings him water to drink,
Hmm.
and she gives him nice hot meals.
Yeah.
And then when he's going to sleep, she's massaging his feet. Yugraj, you're smiling means there is something
Of
different.
course.
so so they I was also laughing when I saw that.
Yeah.
And then they showed this previous times when the father is sitting somewhere and it's dark in the room, and the
Hmm.
boy comes late,
Hmm.
and the father says, "Where were you?" And the boy says, "Pitaji, you know i I passed my 10th standard." And then there was a big celebration. The father is like, oh, embracing him and
Right.
distributing sweets.
Mhm.
That's how it was earlier, like, they would.
Correct.
And then the middle times is when they showed the husband and wife. The husband comes home, and the wife is not there, and he says, is there something to drink? She says, you see, there is some tea over there. Can you just heat it up and drink it?
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. So this is the middle times.
Mhm.
And in the middle times, the son comes home, and the father is like, uh, where were you so late?
Hmm.
And he said, sorry, Papa, I had gone for a party, and I'm very sorry.
Mhm.
Kindly excuse me. I'll not do this again.
Right.
Okay. And now it's the modern time. The children are showing this, where the husband comes home,
Mhm.
and the wife. is not there. And then she comes back, and then there's a big fight between both of them.
Hmm.
And because of that fight, and the fight is like, why did you use my toothbrush?
Right.
Or why did you keep this thing over there? And there's a big fight,
Hmm.
and they say divorce.
Oh,
And immediately with one fight, there's divorce.
shit.
and and the son,
Hmm.
he's he comes home late, and the father says that, why you're late?
Hmm.
And the son says, this is none of your business.
Oh.
I'm a grown up now. I'm above 18,
Hmm.
so I can do the way I want. What I mean to say is that when I talk about reboot, please understand there are two challenges, especially in India. I told a story to bring out this very important point. India is on the verge. It's like the twilight. You know, sun is rising. The
Hmm.
middle time
True.
where we have the younger generation with amazing modern ideas and lifestyle,
Hmm.
but we also have the other generation, the previous generation,
Right.
with a lot of traditions
Hmm.
and their own thought process of how things should be done.
Correct.
So there is going to be, everything is going to get stuck, and it is stuck. I keep getting cases where things are stuck
Hmm.
because of this, both of them not going well together.
Mhm.
And that's why people don't stay together actually.
Correct.
So what what I'm thinking is there should be a reboot. And the reboot is in the sense of um, the elders with their traditions
Hmm.
having a much more broader mindset to be open to accept, I mean, to sometimes even open to hear from
Right.
the, sometimes that happens in offices where your boss even doesn't even hear what you have to say, what ideas you want to share. So here I'm talking about families where
Yeah.
being open to at least hear and accommodate the modern thought process.
Hmm.
At the same time, the younger generation, the modern generation, being very respectful
Hmm.
to respect the traditions and the thought process
Right.
of their elders.
Correct.
And this is the reboot I
Correct.
am
Right.
talking about. If
Understood.
this is worked out, then we will save on lot of issues, lot of
Yeah.
problems.
Correct.
Or else we see there is a big wall coming between both these sections,
Generations. Of
generations. Yeah,
course. Of
yeah.
course. Many parents say their kids don't listen. So why do children push back, and how can parents inspire them without fights?
Yeah, that's been one of the burning issues with which parents come to me.
Hmm.
My child is not listening to me, or my child is behaving in ways which I never trained them to be like that. um, in Hindi we say मेरी इज्जत का सवाल है.
Hmm.
My name is going to get spoiled the way my child is behaving or doing
Behaving.
things.
Right.
uh, what I observe is there is a lack of connectivity. I mean, you're in a place where you're trying to use your mobile and there is no Wi-Fi connectivity, there is no range,
Hmm.
then you can't connect.
Right.
And I strongly feel that many parents, when they say that why children push back, one of the major reasons what I see is because they are not connected to their children. So parents want their, if you ask parents what, many of them, I'm not saying all,
Hmm.
want their children to excel in everything. So that's like focusing on the IQ, intelligent quotient,
Mhm.
and they forget that one important aspect of parenting is also to focus on the emotional quotient of the child.
Right.
You'll be surprised if I tell you that um, there have been girls and boys who have come to me and told me about how they were abused in their childhood, and they did not tell their parents. And I asked them why. Because they did not feel emotionally connected, they did not feel safe.
Mhm.
Now it also boils down to hearing. uh, um, I remember one quote from Narayan Murthy, where he said that why do leaders stop making progress.
Mhm.
And he said one of the reasons why leaders stop making progress is because they stop hearing. And the other thing he said was because leaders stop learning. And if you check out parents, these two things keep happening.
Mhm.
They stop hearing and they also stop learning,
Right.
because when they stop learning, they feel that, oh, my kids feel I don't know anything,
Mm.
or because you're not connected. I'll give a very simple example. A young child, say 10-year-old child, 6-year-old child, the mother, uh, she gets a sweater from her sister who stays in America, and she puts that sweater to him. Says, "This is a sweater. Is come from America from your aunt. Okay, now wear this." The child is wearing it, and after some time, the child says, "Mommy, feeling very hot."
Mm.
And the mother says, "You know what? This sweater is so rare.
Mm.
You will not get it anywhere in any of the shops over here. You know,
Mm.
this is a excellent wool actually, and it's a very rare thing to get this sweater."
Mhm.
Child looks at his mother, says, "Okay." And after some time, the child says, "Mommy, feeling super, not feeling comfortable." Mommy says, "With so much love and affection your aunt has given you,
Yeah.
and you're not able to understand that what valuable this sweater is.
Right. Mm.
Such a rare thing to get something from the United States."
Mhm.
And the child is like, "My God." And then he cannot contain, and then he goes, crying. And then the mother says, "Why are you behaving like this?"
Mhm.
Why was he behaving like that? Because he was speaking out his problem,
Mm.
but the mother was caught up in some other world.
Right.
So many times we see a reaction to our children's behavior.
Mhm.
We forget to understand that why they're doing what they're doing.
Correct.
I had a recent, um, just recently, one lady came up to me.
Mhm.
Um, she's also a doctor, and she was very, very disturbed. She came up and she said, "I want to discuss about my son." So I had met her son before,
Mm.
and he's gone for higher studies to another state in India. And she said, "I was so pained. It was very painful for me when I went to meet him this time. The things he told me, he has never spoken like that to me before.
Mm.
This, that." I said, "What happened? What did he say?" She said, "He told me, 'Mommy, you're the most negative person on planet Earth, and I don't want to talk to you.'" And he never spoke like this to her before.
Mhm.
So she was shocked. So I was trying to figure out what exactly happened. So she said that he was sharing his views about there are so many bad people in this government or that government, and people are not taking care of certain animals. Or he was just sharing his views, and his
Right.
mother would, as usual,
Mhm.
she was she would say, "What do you know? What do you know? You read this book,
Mhm.
you do this, you do what I tell you."
Mm.
So this went on when while he was a child
Mhm.
till now,
Mhm.
and now he's 19 years old. And because he left home and he went outside, he got exposure to other students and other views.
Mhm.
All he wanted was a friend in his mother.
Correct.
Even Chanakya Pandit
True.
says that when your child is above 16, then you become like a friend. And his mother was more of command
Mhm.
and less of inspiration.
Right.
So when that thing happens, we see that our children push back. We need to understand um, a very important aspect, that one, we need to keep hearing,
Mm-hmm.
especially when our children are above. Earlier I used to say 15, now I would say even 12, 13. Keep conscious and more of a friendly tone to understand them,
Mm-hmm. Right.
and focus. If you're focusing on their IQ, that's good, but also focus on their emotional quotient.
Correct.
That means, uh, do they feel emotionally connected? And I would like to give one example
Hmm.
which comes to my mind, which is a very prominent example of one lady. She's the, I will not give her name. Okay, I'll give this example later because it's a very interesting example. You can go ahead.
Sure. Sure. So we'll move on to the next question. Why do couples grow distant over time, and how they can bring back their warmth in the relationship?
Great. The question is that why do couples slowly start getting distant? And over time, I mean, first 2 years, according to scientific research, it is the honeymoon period.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, reality creeps in, where you have responsibilities, financial, you have children, their studies, your own health,
Right.
your own career growth,
Hmm.
etc.
Hmm.
Now, I would like to um, tell a small story which will make this point very clear. Once there was a frog, and this frog was staying in a garden, very happy, and he saw this house over there, and he was wondering what's there inside this house. And the frog went, jumping, and he saw that a window was open. Somehow he could jump in and went inside, and he saw that there was a vessel, and there was water in the vessel,
Hmm.
and the frog was very happy, and the frog jumped in and started swimming, and he was enjoying life.
Hmm.
Little did he understand that the vessel was on the gas, and then there was fire,
Oh.
and slowly the water was boiling,
Mhm.
and it was too late for him to get out because the water had boiled, and then he
Right.
died. Similarly, in a relationship, very, very important that people are there together, but there are so many things that if we don't um, consciously focus and take care of,
Mhm.
it could get like slow fire burning and actually boiling us, and we may get distant slowly, although it
Right.
seems like we are still there together. In Marathi they say, like manatle manat divorce. I've divorced in my mind.
Mhm.
I'm there with my spouse, but so this lady comes to me, and she comes with, I'm getting panic attacks. So I started asking her, panic attacks, since when are you getting panic attacks?
Hmm.
She said, I'm getting sleepless nights. I also get, suddenly I get panic attacks, feeling like crying, all these symptoms. These are like all clinical issues which are
Clinical.
coming in,
Right. Hmm.
and I'm listening, and I can, with the experience now, I understand there is something behind this. So I'm waiting when she's going to tell me. And then after exploring, she starts telling that actually, what happened. My husband, he doesn't reply to my WhatsApp very, earlier he used to reply. Now it takes few days to reply to my WhatsApp. He travels
Hmm.
for his programs.
Right.
He's working, his job is where he needs to travel.
Hmm.
And whenever we talk, there is fight in
Mhm.
the sense negativity.
Mhm.
And now I started doubting that maybe he has an extramarital affair.
Oh shit.
And all these things come, and I'm just listening. Okay,
Mhm.
so this is what you're feeling. He doesn't talk to you very well. He doesn't. So I say, like, can I connect to your husband? Is it possible? Will he
Mhm.
be willing to talk? And he did agree.
Hmm.
And and we connected online actually. He was a very nice man, very friendly to talk to. And when I asked him that, what's happening, he said that, you know what, I just want one thing in life. I want peace. मुझे शांति चाहिए. I said, why do you say like that? He
Hmm.
said, whenever I try to talk to my wife,
Mhm.
she just comes out with all the things which has happened like 30 years back. What my mother told her. Now my mother is just on the verge of dying. And something which she told 30 years back is coming and troubling my wife right now.
Mhm.
And I don't want to hear all that. And it's always all negative, 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 negative. So I'm tired. I just want some peace. So, what I have seen is one of the reasons, there are many reasons. One of the reasons is when couples get critical about each other,
Mhm.
when they have something called as negative sentiment override. If I say something negative to you, then according to research, there will be five good things that I should say
Yeah.
that will make our relationship normal.
Normal. True.
If I maintain that negative, either saying
Hmm.
or doing, whether conscious or unconscious, it will go into the negative zone and that will spoil the relationship.
Mhm.
So, ideally,
Hmm.
it is advisable for couples to keep saying good things to each other.
Absolutely.
Scientifically,
Yeah.
it's research. There is a research that which says that the couples who regularly embrace and kiss each other, the husband's life generally, I mean, even the wife's, but the spouse,
Mhm.
lifespan increases 4 years. This is scientific research. Lifespan increases 4 years
Mhm.
by being more affectionate to your spouse.
Right.
I mean, that's good.
Hmm.
Why do people fight and decrease their lifespan?
Right.
So when affectionate um, activities take between a couple,
Mhm.
there is a hormone called as oxytocin,
Mhm.
which is released, which is an hormone which is responsible for the feeling of security,
Correct.
safeness,
Mhm.
uh, decreasing stress, just by that act of being kind to each other.
Being kind to each other. True.
That's, and plus, um, you also, you know, stay as a happy couple
Mhm.
for a long, long time.
Correct. Right.
So
So
that's
we'll
about it.
take one question from our participants. Can silence ever be healthy in relationship, or is it always a red flag?
Can silence be? Can you repeat the question?
Can silence ever be healthy in relationship, or is it a red flag? Always a red flag.
uh, or is it always a red flag for the person who's silent,
Yeah.
or
Yes.
for
So silence is ever been a healthy in any relationship,
uh
or is it always to raise a red flag?
not necessary.
Hmm.
If you don't have anything good to say,
Yeah.
if I don't have anything good to say to my partner or my
Hmm.
friend, I better remain silent.
Yes. Hamoshi.
But so it is like asking, the question is like asking, is neutral gear good when you're sitting in the car,
Hmm.
or is it a red flag? Is it dangerous?
Hmm.
Neutral gear is, you're not going to go anywhere,
Hmm.
but it can always go in the reverse gear.
Right.
So better put it in the first gear. So
Hmm.
uh, be silent if you don't have anything good to say,
Right.
because then the next question I'll raise, a question attached to this,
Hmm.
is that, does that mean that I should not speak my heart out? Does that mean that I should suppress my feelings? That is what, when I say something like that, that's what
Hmm.
people ask me.
Hmm.
Absolutely not. We can say what we feel. Number one, we need to express our feeling. Unfortunately, we end up saying or finding faults of others, or it seems like you're trying to find faults of others.
Right.
So I say that, Yuvraj, you did this, you did that. Instead, I could say, Yuvraj, I felt like this. I start the statement like I felt like this.
Mm-hmm.
I felt uneasy. I felt frustrated. I felt sad. I felt uncomfortable
Mm.
when something like that, you know, was happening.
Yeah,
So we can express ourselves, which is absolutely fine,
of
in an
course.
uncritical way,
Mm-hmm.
and so we don't need to remain silent.
Mm-hmm. True,
Mhm.
absolutely.
But remain silent if you don't have anything good to say.
Absolutely. So we'll take the next question, sir.
You have
Uh,
to mention about Bhakti Vedanta.
yeah, but I'll
Okay,
mention it in the
it's
later
already
part. Yeah.
6:54.
So you also talk about improving the relationships with the larger family and society. Why is that important? Staying together in a family.
The larger family is our extended family. We have
Mm-hmm.
uncles, aunties, and so many other relatives. We also have the society as our family,
Mm-hmm.
our social group, our neighbors. If you're going to the school, the school. If you're going to the college, the office. Um, there has been different types of generations. The media is giving them different names. There is the generation X, starting from 1965, those born in the era of 1965 to
Mm-hmm.
1979.
Right.
There is the millennials, who are from 1979 to 1995.
Mm.
And then you hear so much nowadays, the generation Z,
Gen
generation
Z.
Z, Gen Z, or even called as the Zoomers, who are from 95 to 2012.
Mm-hmm.
That category, those who have taken birth because they were so much born during the technology growth, and they were born. And now we have the generation Alpha,
Yeah.
which is like very very advanced version of generation.
True.
So one of the issues which comes is that our children do not mix around with other family members, extended family.
Mm-hmm.
They generally don't go out to play, and they have very little social contact. They're there on the social network,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not exactly socializing in the sense of they don't have social skills
Right.
to meet somebody, to talk to somebody. They're almost like an introvert.
Mm-hmm.
um, this is a big challenge because all these different generations are coming with different challenges. Our modern challenge is accommodating the the modern advancement in technology
Actually, yeah.
and the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So if you I think in Mumbai also something like that has come up. I heard about it long back. In Bangalore, there are buildings,
Mm-hmm.
so many buildings which have come about, where in the rooms there are no kitchens.
Okay.
So I'm sure you have a kitchen in your house.
Mm-hmm.
I have a kitchen in my house, but kitchen is an important place, but there
Absolutely.
is no kitchen.
Yeah.
The reason being that on the ground floor there is a big hotel. So
Okay.
so Bangalore is a huge IT hub.
Mm-hmm.
You're making a lot of money,
Right.
and you stay. And when you're hungry, you just order what you want. Your
Mm-hmm.
wife would never cook something like that.
Right. Right. Right.
So you can just order
Yeah.
anything you want. So this is the modern lifestyle which is coming up.
Hmm.
and and socialization, social skills, people connecting. How do we do that? So if you see that one of the things which is holding people connected to, uh, I would say, positive social engagement,
Mm-hmm.
is the traditional festivals conducted in India.
Right.
And that is the time where people actually come
Come together.
together. um, you know eh, Even for both of us, because we are coming on Hare Krishna TV, we put some tilak and come.
Mm-hmm.
Where you are, you get affected by that atmosphere, you know. So I strongly feel that no issues with the modern this one of my clients, she started telling me about how she spoke to this person full night, and by morning she was in love with this person. She fallen in love with this person, but in the but early morning she realized that it is chat gpt. so, so
Got it.
so I was like shocked. I was listening, oh okay,
Yeah.
because she comes to me once in a while for
Hmm.
sessions,
Hmm.
and she's a corporate trainer.
Mhm.
And when she told me this, I was like, for a second, I was like stuck. What? Can you repeat? What did you say? You were in love with somebody, but then so this is the generation.
Right.
They're falling in love with chatbots.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's very important for us to bring our children to reality.
Correct. True.
And reality check is very much connected to responsibility.
Right. Correct.
What I am noticing is people today's time, they want quick money, no anxiety,
Hmm.
zero. And the minute you get some stress, um, many of them, they become suicidal.
Right.
They don't have the resilience power, they don't have the emotional strength.
Mhm.
I have this one client, his daughter is regularly threatening him with suicide because she has some demands which are surely not very genuine, you know, and if he doesn't fulfill them, she's going to commit suicide.
Oh.
So he's stuck up. So
Mhm.
so we need to bring our children, and the preparation for that starts very early childhood, when the kids are um, in the age category, I would say before 12.
Mhm. Right.
Till the age of 5 we need to give them a lot of affection, love,
Mhm.
care. After that, we need to have the right type of discipline of health,
Hmm.
discipline of spending money, discipline of value of earning money,
Right.
responsibility of environment,
Correct.
responsibility of, I mean, simple things like taking care of your clothes,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it starts very early on, and if that is done, then we will see our coming generation being socially responsible and normal, I would
Right.
say.
Correct. So, on that note, requesting our participants also to see on the bottom of your screen wherein the contact numbers are being mentioned. You can get in touch with us and you can uh, conduct such kind of sessions for your congregations as well. Also, on the screen, you will be seeing our offerings which come under ISKCON Devotee Healthcare Services, which has a 24 by 7 helpline number and online chat services for more information. So you can see the offerings for special health talks and webinars. You can connect with us. Also, 24 by 7 helpline number, that is 7391040142. Also, to book an appointment on priority basis to felicitate emergency and any other queries if you have. We'll also request the participants to please drop your queries. So we'll take few of the questions which are being mentioned. What are the tips you negate or avoid fault finding in your partners?
What are the tips for avoiding fault finding?
Yeah.
um, to err is human. It is natural that we will all make some faults,
Mhm.
um, and as long as we are not critical, we don't criticize anybody,
Mhm.
our partner may not feel offended. So there are four things basically. One is criticism. One is when I tell you that, why are you doing this, and I become defensive. So
Mhm.
trying to be very defensive. No, 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 I didn't do. We need to learn to take responsibility, at least some responsibility,
Correct.
a part of the responsibility of whatever has happened.
Mhm.
And uh, third is contempt, being contemptuous.
Mhm.
Like contempt is actually criticism multiplied 10 times.
Right.
And fourth is trying to stonewall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, I'm not going to say anything. Just want to, because मेरे बोलने से कुछ नहीं होगा. There's no point in me saying, making any suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so why should I find faults? If I don't have any faults, then I can find. I also have a lot of faults. So if I would say, instead of faults, can I put it in a different term? Can I say, is there any scope for improvement?
Improvement. Absolutely.
And I think that should be done not only in a relationship with our close partner, but
Hmm.
with everyone. If I and you, we both are working,
Hmm.
then a good way of presenting things would be that there is more scope for improvement in what we are doing.
Absolutely.
I heard that in one of the talks of our revered Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji,
Mm-hmm.
and he was asked by the interview, "Do you get angry?" He said, "I do get angry. I'm a human being,
Right.
and when I work with people, and when people don't perform very well or live up to the
Hmm.
expectation, then
Right.
I very kindly, encourage them that
Correct.
try. Why don't you try this way also?
Right.
There is more scope for improvement."
Absolutely.
So yeah, so it's not a good thing to find faults. We may be habituated to it. Instead of finding faults, um, we could say there is more room for improvement. And if I'm in the sense that there is a place for everything.
Hmm.
If I don't see what's wrong, then how can I correct? So the way of correction is important.
Right.
And the way of correction is not being critical.
Mm-hmm.
It is expressing yourself. It is called as non-violent communication.
Right.
Communicating in a non-violent way, it doesn't the opposite party doesn't feel offended. So
Hmm.
if you can do that, it takes time, because we are all so habituated
Hmm.
to speak in a certain way,
Right.
including me. I have, but I've mellowed down a lot. I've improved a lot.
Yeah.
uh, we are all used to, especially if you are in the post, having a post or position.
Mm-hmm.
uh, so because you know that others are dependent on you, so you will just speak anything and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make a difference,
Correct.
you know like that. Yeah.
We'll take again few questions, sir. How has social media and the dating apps impacted the way we approach relationships today?
So much. One of the programs I used to do was in one of Asia's largest chemical engineering college.
Mm-hmm.
For 4 years I was doing a value education program over there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's long back, where at that time we were not so much into internet and things like that. But because it is a engineering college, they are tech savvy. And I was surprised, because one of our PhD students who was coming to our program,
Mm-hmm.
uh, it came to my notice through other students, and then he came and he revealed that he's in love with one girl, and he plans to marry her. And I was like, wow, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Can I meet her? You know, yeah. She said she stays in Delhi.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but you are here in Mo. How did you? He says, it's all online.
Right.
We fall in love. So, uh, so many people are getting in connected to each other online. And one of the most dangerous things that has happened is the dating apps. Um, I have got cases where girls have got raped by getting connected on dating apps. I've got cases where so much of fraud has taken place in the name of these dating apps. It's very sad. Dating is not wrong. It's unfortunate that in the pursuit to make money, nobody is teaching our younger generation how to date.
How to date? Correct.
What is the purpose of dating? is there a goal to dating, or is it just a short term uh, sense gratification that I plan to do? One very senior person who came down from America, I met him. This is 15, 20 years back.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me that, no, you people are fortunate. You don't have that type of a background that we have. Okay, he was telling me. He was quite old at that time also.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that, we have messed up. He's talking about himself with such bad experiences that each experience is like a scar on the consciousness.
Right.
He said that if there is glass which is broken, you can stick it with a glue, but then the marks, the lines are still there. The point he was making is that when youngsters don't know how to actually enter the relationship, what is the goal of entering a relationship, and what to do and what not to do in a relationship,
Correct.
they mess up, having a lot of scars in their life. So, well, then somebody may say that's a very experienced person, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who's got all this experience of so many relationships. Understand that those scars don't go away, number one, and those bad experiences come out when you actually plan to have a stable relationship,
Hmm.
and your partner is going to suffer like anything.
True.
So I have many girls and boys who have got so many bad experiences, and they are like, they've been burnt with hot milk. So even if you give them buttermilk, they're like,
Yeah.
they have all these experiences, and also it psychologically affects their children
Mm-hmm.
when they have kids, and many times they are not able to sustain a stable relationship. So I have a recent client with whom I'm working, and she she went she was staying with her husband in their hometown, and she saw a message, and she became so angry. There was a message from some lady, and she assumed that her husband is
Dating.
having an
Affair.
affair, uh, which he was not. And she had a bad experience from her previous boyfriends,
Okay.
multiple boyfriends.
Mm-hmm.
And she went and she punched her husband in front of all the family members.
Oh,
His nose started bleeding, and she made a big noise in the society where they stayed, and the husband became so upset. So she came to me asking me, there's a big issue going on. I said, what is the issue? My husband has left me,
mm-hmm.
and he's gone to America, and he's staying there. He's saying, I'm not going to come back. The reason, then she told me the story, because she punched him and then he was upset, and then he
Yeah.
went to US.
Right.
And I had a talk with him also, and he said, you know what? She did this to me. I didn't do anything to her. If I had in any way even touched her or done something, I would have been behind bars. I would have been in jail. So he
True.
was really upset. So the point I want to make is that I would suggest be very careful with the dating apps. Before you go on any type of app, you need to know what is the purpose of that. If I start explaining, I'll need a full-fledged
Full
seminar for
fledged.
that,
Yeah. True.
because you need to understand with the end as the goal. When you enter a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
it is not just for some temporary, you know
Attachment.
attachment. I have a student, she's in Italy, and no offenses to Italians, but I was speaking to her, and she told me that I said, so how is things going on with you?
Hmm.
And she said, okay, but I'm a little misfit. I said, why? Said, all my friends are having boyfriends and girlfriends and like that. And so I said, what about you?
Hmm.
Don't you have? She said, boys do come to me, and when I tell them that I'm looking for a long term relationship,
Mm-hmm.
they say, kindly excuse us.
True.
So I was like, oh,
Hmm.
that's, they just want to have some short term. And I don't want to go into that. I said, what about the girls?
Hmm.
She said that the girls also, they said, what difference does it make? So she's a nice girl. I mean, she lives with some principles. She's been an achiever in her studies, and On the basis of her studies, she went to Italy. She did a master's. She's working over there.
Hmm.
And in the month of um, December, she's now getting married
Hmm.
to one boy
Okay.
whom she dated for some time, and now they are
Oh,
tying up the knot.
right.
So I would I would see that as a good stable relationship. And if you don't know how to do that, then please take guidance. Don't
Absolutely.
take guidance from friends
True.
who uh, who are not stable.
Right, right. And don't assume like Google is my best friend,
Yes, yes.
because people have the tendency to search everything on Google and
You won't get the right answers and the right guidance.
absolutely,
You
absolutely.
need real intelligence for
Correct,
that.
correct, right. So, sir, is the concept of ghosting psychologically damaging? What does it say about a person who ghosts?
uh, Everybody is seeking, in today's time it is much more
Hmm.
trying to become the center of attraction.
Yeah.
So if I suddenly stop talking to you, like I'm ghosting you. And if I do that, what is my inbuilt desire? So this happened with um, one of the girls. um, Her parents came to me with her.
Hmm.
She's a teenager, and she was connecting to one boy online as usual. And and all of a sudden this boy stopped talking to her, and it was a big trauma for her.
Trauma. Wow.
And she was feeling, and then he also mentioned certain things which were not pleasing to her heart. So what I see in this whole scenario is people want the consciousness of somebody doing like that is trying to get a- attention, because they uh, baseline is they don't feel good about themselves.
Hmm.
They don't feel happy with themselves. So this is one way, an indirect way of getting attention is going online and doing it
Hmm.
and trying to get attention. So uh, it's very sad that that if somebody is doing that, they're basically negative about themselves.
Correct, right.
Yeah.
So, based on this, we have one question from a viewer. Is self love is the foundation for any kind of relationships when we enter?
Yeah, of course. Yes, of course. um, a- any healthy relationship is based on how healthy you are.
Hmm.
uh, when parents come and ask that we want to have a child, and you ask them, what type of child do you want?
Hmm.
And they say, our child should be very intelligent, very good looking, very healthy.
Hmm.
And then I ask them, are you healthy? Mm, are you also doing something for your intelligence quotient?
Hmm.
So if I have a very negative lifestyle, if I have very bad eating habits, and I'm expecting that my relationship should be good in terms of you know um what was the point you mentioned over there? Sorry.
Self
Self
love
love.
foundation.
Yeah. So if I don't have self love for myself, I don't respect myself, it's going to be very difficult for me to love others and respect them.
Correct. True.
So the baseline is also over here is I need to have love for
For
myself.
myself.
How do I most of the people afflicted with mental disorder,
Hmm.
when you analyze, unless they are in mania and grandiose,
Right.
in specifically happening in bipolar mental disorder.
Hmm.
Other than that, in general, if you talk to people, they will always feel very negative feelings about themselves,
Right.
so much so that they want to commit suicide and things like that, and they feel very bad about themselves.
Hmm.
They don't have they feel that I'm worthless, things like that. So I think that self love is very important.
Hmm.
And along with self love, also having respect for ourselves,
Hmm.
having respect for uh, our
Partners.
family lineage also.
Yes. Yes.
If when I When I say family lineage, when, so if I say if I had an abusive father, then I can't take much inspiration from him, but I can always learn I don't need to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was wrong. And I can go up to my grandfather or my great grandfather, somebody like that, or my country.
Right.
So having respect is also a very important aspect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, any last insights on this today's podcast you want to share with our participants?
Sure. um we need to i would I would suggest, when I'm talking about family and children and relationships, one very important thing that comes to my mind is taking responsibility, which today's generation wants to have things very shortcut, and they're getting very much enamored by what others have in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a very dangerous. Um, I mean, there was a terrible case of this which came to me. This boy who's who finished his management studies and came over to live with his father. His brother was coming to my programs, and all of a sudden his brother told me one day, my brother is missing, my elder brother is missing from home. So we've gone to the police and the CID and so many things, and
Hmm.
father was very rich, at a very big post in a big company, and they ultimately, after 1 week, they found his dead body.
Oh.
um, Died out of burning himself.
Mm-hmm.
Such a nice boy. He was so responsible. His father had given him all the money, and he wanted to make quick money, so he took all that money and invested in shares, and he
Lost it.
lost everything, something crores probably, and then
Oh.
he went into, you know, guilt that how can I show my face to my father, and he committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, for the parents, the child was more important than the money. So the point I want to make is that how foolish it is, in the pursuit of getting quick money and trying to imitate. um, I mean, a common thing that you'll see in today's news is making so much money and yet broke.
Yeah.
Why is it like that? Because I want to maintain an artificial lifestyle. I'm not looking at how the future is going to be. I don't have proper investment plans, and more than anything, I don't have responsibility.
Yeah.
So this is all a part of responsibility. So uh, in relationship point of view, whether family or as children, I would emphasize on today's generation to take inspiration from people who are taking responsibility and manage life more intelligently.
Absolutely. So, on this thought, thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time that you
Thank you.
shared
Thank you.
the insights on the today's trending topic, that is relationship reboot, and how the families who come together, stay together, are always, sharing the thoughts and having the food on time on the same table. That actually makes a difference wherein you share your ideas and your future planning as well. So, once again, thank you so much,
Thank
sir. And we are truly glad to have you with us. With that, we come to the conclusion for the today's podcast. Thank you all for tuning in, and we look forward for you to join in for our upcoming sessions on some other health topic with some other consultant from Bhaktivedanta Hospital. Till then, take care of your family and self. Hare Krishna.
you.